Hey everybody, this is Kurt Whitesell and welcome to the What's Up Westfield 2.0 edition. We're now going to start talking to restaurants, businesses, and local companies and operators to hear how they are excited to move past this pandemic and get opened up again. There's a ton of opportunities. Yeah, we've had a hard time, but we got a lot to look forward to, and I'm excited to tell the story. So listen along, share, and I hope you get something out of it. Let me know what you think. All right. Hi, Adam. How are you doing today?
Doing wonderful, Kurt. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was sitting here looking out my backyard, or in my backyard, and I'm thinking, you know, you're literally one house.
Yes.
But even though the one house is like a half a mile, but we could have some killer cookouts if that half mile was a little closer, couldn't we?
Heck yeah, absolutely.
So, hey, so I appreciate you doing this with me. I am. Uh-oh, you still there?
Yes, I think so. Hang on.
Your video's
It's been dark.
That's right. You see how you control the video?
Hang on.
Ask to start video. There you go. Okay.
There we go.
We are.
Sorry.
I'm not sure what sells more tickets, with or without the video, but we'll
yeah,
right. Hey, so thanks for doing this. I'll tell you what I want to start doing here is our Westfield Business Development Group and our What's Up Westfield. You know, we just try to promote Westfield businesses, and you guys at Charlestons early on were just kind of like a push through, charge through restaurant that, I mean, it's like you just kind of took it on your own and got back to work. I'm sure it's not the greatest days of your life, but it's been fun to watch, and I think you're a good example. And
Thank
so
you.
I
appreciate that.
Yeah, and I thought I want to start doing a video series just talking about local businesses. Of course, it's going to be restaurants because you're all changing so quickly. And just ask you some questions and kind of hear about what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people have no idea what goes into make Charleston's run 7 days a week or whatever, and so I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
So, real quick, give us the 2-minute Adam Standridge story and where you work.
Yeah, absolutely. So Charleston's Restaurant is a upscale casual restaurant. So we opened on May 10th, 1999. So we're getting ready to turn 21 actually here pretty soon. I started with them in 2002 as a server actually. And so I've worked my way up from there. I was front house manager for quite a while. I was a head chef here for about 10 years, and I've been the GM for 4 years coming May. So, you know, we make everything here from scratch. There's no bags of soup or sauce. Like, we make everything here 100%.
Awesome.
And yeah, it takes a lot of work. You know, it's very easy to be consistently bad at something, but being consistently good at something takes some extra effort. So, you know, when you constantly have changing staff and everything else, you have to retrain people, and it's a constant fun challenge for sure.
So what did you say your staff, how big of a company is it there you have? You got management, you have hourly employees, all that. How many do you have?
So I have a team of 6 managers that work for me. In the kitchen, we probably have about 25 individuals. And in the front of house, we have probably close to 60. So
okay,
whatever
so you're
that
100.
is. Yeah.
Okay. So you're a 100 employee business. And today, how many employees do you have regularly working for you?
On any given day, it depends on the day. So we've been trying to staff as much as possible with hourly employees. So our payroll is about half.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. Really good, actually.
So what is, since you're, you know, I don't know what date it started for you, but when your business changed, when did it went from being, I'm sure you worked, you know, 70 hours a week. It was, you know, prep and then 2 meals and closing and managing all that. What has your day become now? What is your typical day?
So, you know, we found out on a Monday that we were going to curbside on a Tuesday. And so, you know, we're most 90% of a dine-in restaurant and 10% of a carry-out before this. So switching overnight was definitely a huge challenge. But I have to say, the management team we have here is amazing. We sat down, we all sat down, we decided, what the plan of action was going to be, how we're going to do it. And then, because our customers are amazing as they are, they were gracious enough to give us a little bit of latitude as we were trying to figure things out for the first week or so.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little rough. But as far as the day-to-day goes, we have to be a little more careful about what we prep. Obviously, we're 100% prep kitchen, so we can't, we have to monitor that pretty closely as far as what we make, because we want to make sure we're keeping our standards. So, that's very important that even through this, the quality of the food stays the same. We're still looking real good. And so that's where, the management team, of course, is taking hold of that. And then, we have some nice software that helps us out with that. So that's it.
So I picture you, and I have a pretty good restaurant background. I picture you wandering a dining room, checking the host stand, checking tables, and this constant rotation through this entire building. Now,
right.
That's not today. I mean, are you in the kitchen all the time now and out the back door?
Yeah, it's I have a pretty heavy, extensive culinary background, being the head chef here for so long. And so I am in the kitchen a little bit, but those guys back there, they don't need me stepping on their toes. I'm back there when they need me to be. Yeah, absolutely. So, my day personally, I try to talk to as many guests as I can that come through the curbside door. As you know, I work on our Facebook page quite a bit. And then we just do a lot of cleaning projects. The plan is to open at some point. So, trying to make this place look better than it was when we were open last time. So that's kind of what I do all day.
You'll have the cleanest restaurant you could ever imagine, right?
Oh yeah, I think we already did, but it looks really good. Yeah, absolutely.
So what did you see so you were 90/10, about whatever that number is, of carry out. What's the percentage of your sales that have dropped? What are you operating at kind of right now?
Well, that fluctuates obviously. But I would say about half.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, and which I think is actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised by that number when you said that. So honestly, that's pretty impressive. You've got a lot of cars coming through that drive-through.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah.
So who came up when you stopped, when your business stopped? How did you guys decide to go the route you did? Which I see it as. Well, tell me what your model is right now, and how'd you decide to do that?
Well, so again, I work with a lot of really smart people. So when we sat down, and I kind of had a vision for what I wanted to do, because handling a couple $1,000s a night and to-goes versus way more, 5 times more, that it takes a lot of work. You got to make sure everybody gets what they've ordered and get it home and all that good stuff. So that takes a lot of work. And so we had to come up with an organizational system that would handle that kind of volume. So that when you get home, you don't, you find out you don't have something you wanted. So, so coming up with that was a big part of it. So we kind of redid the whole restaurant. We created a staging area where we could organize. I essentially built a human-size Excel spreadsheet, which was a lot of fun. And then we created a call center over in the bar. And so we did that. So that was for the curbside part of it. We also increased our delivery business, which was a lot of fun. And so we're with DoorDash, Grubhub, and Postmates. And then we started doing grocery, which is actually Gary, the owner. It was his idea to do that. But, we were looking for a way that we could help out the community. And we get all this, especially at the beginning when things were very hard to find in the grocery store. We have access to fresh produce, fresh meat, all this stuff that comes in. And so it's definitely not a big moneymaker for us. There's very little markup, but we can do it very quickly. So when people are ordering Kroger groceries and having to wait a week to do a pickup, we could do it in an hour. Not obviously the same selection, but it's our Charlestons quality product. And we can put it in their backseat, send them on their way, and take care of the most vulnerable people among us. So that's been a great opportunity. So that's been a lot of volume, but obviously not a lot of money. But that's totally fine, of course. But so we've been doing that. Go ahead.
When you say that's a lot of volume, are you like your vendors? I'm sure they're happy you're doing the grocery thing because at least you're moving stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that good for them?
I would assume so. I mean, I can't imagine, all these warehouses where we buy our stuff, all of a sudden having most restaurants just stop. Like, what do they do with all that product? So, being part of that solution, they've been amazing. I mean, GFS has been amazing. Piazza's been amazing. They've been really working with us. They're incredible, and we really value them for sure. and our local ones too. Noble Coffee, we love them. They're great. But they, yeah, I can't imagine. So I imagine that's good for them. I haven't really talked to them about it, honestly. I mean, we're still ordering way less product than we did
Yeah.
before this, obviously. But I'd imagine it'd be good for them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was, yeah, when you first did it, so I'm the main, my wife's not listening right now because she would argue me this, but I'm probably the main grocery person in the house. And like
Yeah.
your prices are like good prices. And
Yes.
like when I for like your ribs, for instance, you know, I mean,
Yes.
I think they're less than Kroger on a regular basis. So, and like your produce, I mean, it's like regular, I thought it'd be marked up heavily. And I didn't even look at it. So good on you for like, I'm sure you could make a little more money, but you're creating a
Oh yeah.
affordable product.
Absolutely.
Who came up with those? Is that you saying, hey, we got it, or is it the owners? Is it who's saying we got to keep these prices low? And
My boss Gary, he is a great guy. He raised his family here. He's very heavily involved in Westfield, especially in Carmel too. But so when he said he wanted to do groceries, he left the pricing and all that stuff up to me. And I think there's a few things on there probably make him nervous. We definitely could have the prices be higher, but this isn't designed to be a huge moneymaker for us. This is designed to take care of a part of the community that needs to be taken care of, and so we'll provide it as long as there are people that have to stay home all the time. We'll provide that service. I'm not going to put a date on it, but and it's kind of our it's just this community is taking such good care of us. It's our way of giving back.
Yeah. And then this family meal thing you did, and I'll share this stuff when I post it. You have obviously a ton, but how'd you design your family meal? What's the thought behind it? Is it personal preferences? Is it what you think people want? What is it?
Well, so like I said, I work with a lot of really smart people. Mike Sullivan worked hard on that, and he came up with items that he thought would be great. We talked about it as far as where we wanted to be price point wise. Again, we're trying to take care of our community, and so we're not looking, we're not looking to have crazy high prices and take advantage of people. So these are reasonably priced for the quality of the product and the amount of food that you get. It's interesting to see those come through the line, because all of our products we have on our menu are supposed to be designed to be able to be prepared by us in 12 minutes or less. Oh, okay. And so there's a lot of work that goes into that. That takes a lot of work. You think about having a full dining room and be able to execute every single meal in 12 minutes or less. Wow. And so that's true of the family combo as well. So we have to be able to, if you order a family backs, or order backs, which is 4 ribs, that takes a minute, but we still have to be able to execute that. So, there's a lot of work that goes into it for sure.
On the vol, like what are you selling? Do you sell a lot of, you kind of said you're not selling a ton of anything, but are people taking advantage? Is this the only thing you're doing is the family meals, or are you selling off your regular menu?
Oh, definitely selling off the regular menu. Okay. I mean, I do get a few family meals that come through, probably half a dozen to a dozen a night. But the vast majority of our to-go food is still off our menu.
Okay, I wondered that. So, and I think that maybe, I listen to I've been doing a lot of reading and listening to podcasts and stuff, and I think the trend may be going towards using a restaurant as a family dining thing out at home. And so your family meals, are you seeing that? Do you think that's going to change a little bit, the trend?
I don't think so. I mean, I see, especially in the near future, next year or so, this mentality of taking food home, cooking at home, or just ordering in bulk like that will stick around. I don't think even after we open, whenever that day is, I don't think you'll see, it won't be the same for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So that leads into the next thing. How are you planning for when you're allowed to open up finally? I'm sure there's all kinds of pent up ideas and emotions. What are you planning?
Absolutely. Well, of course it depends what the governor says, as far as what the guidelines are. Most likely, it's not uncommon even on a weeknight to have a full waiting area in this restaurant. So most likely that will have to stop. So we'll have to have people wait in their cars, or it's nice outside now, so they can wait outside. But try to keep people socially distant in that regard. I'm assuming we'll have to keep people socially distant inside the restaurant. So closing tables so we don't have people that are close to each other, as close, within 6 feet. And then, so it'll be interesting to see what comes through. I'm hoping this coming week that we'll find out what the rules are.
So from a dining room standpoint, do you see it as something you have to redesign or something that you just have to temporarily accommodate? What is in your head, do you think?
Well, hopefully they'll give us an idea of how long the phases are. So if there's three
Mhm.
phases, because it could be that the first phase lasts for a significant amount of time, right? We don't know.
Yeah,
And so I would say not a redesign in so much as ripping the booths out, but
yeah.
moving tables, that sort of thing definitely will be happening. Absolutely.
Mhm. Well, that's scary, isn't it? Because you don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
You have no idea. They're just gonna tell you what you have to do, and you either do it or you don't, right?
You roll with punches. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, the so like one thing that's a hot topic right now when you open up is the sanitation. Is how are you managing that? Are you doing it because you just know what you're doing, or do you have outside help? How are restaurants managing sanitation, the new sanitation, if there is a new?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how everybody else is doing it, but we don't have a
Hmm.
lot of people that are always inside this building.
Hmm.
But even then, so we still get this place sanitized twice a week. So they come through and they
Yeah.
they fog the entire restaurant front to back. Um, and then we spend a good amount of time every day because we want to keep our workers healthy too. I mean, it's not just keeping. I mean, we care about you guys,
Yeah.
but we want to keep them healthy too. And so
Uh-huh.
we sanitize all the phones, all the doors that
Uh-huh.
they touch, all the handles going out of the bathrooms, pretty much anything that anybody goes through anywhere at all during the day. We sanitize those frequently
Hmm.
throughout the day. And that's something that'll keep going. We just, it has to be, um, we have to be taking care of our internal guests first, which is our
Hmm.
employees. And so they all, they wash their hands frequently. We have gloves,
Hmm.
of course. And then that's it, pretty much.
So, because you've met a standard already for years of sanitation. I mean, you're clean. You
Yeah,
have to.
absolutely.
You're not there. It's not like you're a dirty place and you're having to be
No,
clean. But there's a whole nother expectation probably right now. Is this
of
adding
course.
to your workload, or is it just something that everyone's going to be able to accommodate? Um, is it making your job harder? How do you feel about that?
No, I wouldn't say it's making it harder. Again, we have some great partners that help us as far as sanitizing the whole restaurant as an entirety. And
Hmm.
then really, again, we want to have as many employees that we can keep on the clock as possible. So
Hmm.
we allow them to do a lot of that cleaning and what they want to do. And
Hmm.
so I would say it's not any more difficult. We've always been focused on cleanliness. I feel
Yeah.
like any restaurant, you can judge the restaurant by their bathrooms.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so we've always taken that to heart as far as
Uh-huh.
keeping the restaurant clean. And so now we just have to up our game, which I think
Yeah.
we have.
And listen, Adam, I visited some of the greatest restrooms in America. I mean, that's I get it, man. That's how you rate a restaurant for sure. Um,
Yeah.
so what is something you're in my business? I'm excited about some changes. There's some cool stuff happening. I'm kind of a I love a fresh start, even if it comes from a bad place. I love
Yeah.
trimming the fat, or getting rid of the stuff that's not working. Is there anything you're excited about from this that
Well, that's
you're
good.
looking
That's a great
forward to?
question. So as much as the situation is unfortunate, I've
Hmm.
definitely enjoyed the challenge of having, getting to create a whole new business model overnight,
Hmm.
and getting to come up with the process and the system for that. It's been a joy for sure.
Hmm.
And getting to work with all the people that I get to work with, they're amazing, like I said. But going forward, I see a time where online ordering and delivery and all that stuff just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so changing our focus, we've always been a very dine-in focused restaurant, and so kind of adapting with the change in times and
Hmm.
focusing on that. So yeah,
So how can a community? I'm a social media person. I like to share and I like to talk, and I'm out
oh
there,
yeah.
just like you are. And how can a community get behind the small businesses, the restaurants, the local guys? They're just trying to get to the next level and then open up in a new way. What do you suggest? What's and I mean, this is your ask. This isn't be humble and bashful. What is something that's going to help a restaurant like Charleston's from a community?
Well, of course, order, just coming and ordering, but
Mhm,
I think the Westfield community does that in spades already. We see a
mhm,
line every night. And so thank you for all you guys that do that. We really appreciate that. Just keep doing that. And not just us, I go to, I was at the field last night, I like to see all the other restaurants that are so busy, and that's so great.
uh-huh,
But and then of course, tipping generously to
yep,
all the staff. I really appreciate that. We've seen some amazing things happen. So I would say, as far as support goes, get there and support your local restaurant, including us. Absolutely.
mhm,
And then when we do open, come on in. I mean, we're going to be clean and ready to go. So,
Do we have an open date at all? We don't, right?
well, technically it's May 1st is the day.
Okay. So far.
I mean, yeah, but 98% chance that's not going to happen. I mean, my guess is next week will be a news conference, and he'll give us an outline of what the actual plan is.
You know,
Hopefully.
Adam, I think the biggest thing, I want to go sit at a bar.
Yes.
I'm dying to go
man.
sit at a bar.
I know.
So I don't care what bar it is. I'd take any bar right about now. So, well,
Isn't
I
that funny?
appreciate.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I appreciate you. I hope you don't get rid of the enchilada under any circumstances. But you guys are an awesome restaurant, a part of the community. So anything we can do to help, and I'll be sure to share you guys and get that going. So good luck.
Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yep. Bye.
What's up, Westfield?
Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow.